Alright. I think it's time to dive into a vintage spicy Mayan chocolate stout. And if you take a quick look, that's right. That says 11.5.13. This is a beer. Ooh, just a slight little tiny hiss. This is a beer from the 2013 Sjporr Challenge. We have been doing this for quite some time. There is absolutely no carbonation in that bad boy whatsoever. That's going to be a good one. This is from Kevin Clement's Too Far Gone Brewing. The ABV on this was 11, I want to say 11.5%. Yeah, bottled in 2013. Oh, smells like chocolate. Cool label. Yeah. We'll be sipping on this as we go through the announcements. Oh my. Oh my, that's really good. It's got a little bit of heat to it. Nice. Also, right here, I already pulled the cap or the cork out of this. This was given to me tonight. That's right. It says Viking's Blood. This is a Viking's Blood mead made by my good friend Bob Helm, who is the head brewer down at Pig Iron Brewing Company. We met up tonight over at Red Lion Ale Smiths. It was my first time there trying out their beers, see how they work. I believe this is upwards of 17%. He's been telling me about this mead for quite some time. I had given him some of my Viking's Blood years ago, and reciprocating the. Oh my God! I could smell that as I was moving it around. Oh my God, that smells heavenly. Oh, Bob. Oh. Yeah, you did this right. Ooh. That makes me warm to the belly. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. I am set up now. I'm set up good. I've got me a vintage Sjporr Challenge beer from 2013. I've got me a small glass of wonderful Viking's Blood. I've got information all here in front of me. In regards to the 2019 Sjporr Challenge. Huge shout out to our sponsors. We have a double gold sponsor from Bouncer Filters. So Bouncer Filter Systems, they have been a great sponsor for us. They make great products. They've got the filter systems, they've got the Boil Bro, they've got the Growler Bro. They've got all kinds of really great products. You need to go there, check their stuff out. They are fantastic. They were a double gold sponsor for us this year. We had a gold sponsors also. Yakima Valley Hops, where we did a giveaway earlier in the challenge. It was supposed to be just a 32-ounce giveaway. Turned out to be a 3-pound giveaway. How cool was that? Yakima Valley Hops. If you need hops, you need to go to Yakima Valley Hops and you need to get them there. They have been proud and loyal sponsors of the Sjporr Challenge for years. And I hope that we can continue that relationship into the future. I see no issues why we couldn't. We also had another gold sponsor, Jaded Brewing, where they make these phenomenal copper chillers, immersion chillers. Can you imagine chilling your beer down in less than 5 minutes with an immersion chiller? Oh my God. Check out Kevin Clements. He has a promo video of where he tested their product out real time. I mean, he knocked it down quick. We also have Brewtubers, online brewers club. Go to www.brewtubers.com or .org and go there, sign up today. You can get great merchandise, t-shirts, coffee cups. There's forums there. There's all sorts of good stuff that is there. If you don't have a local homebrew club, then Brewtubers is the place you need to go. So check them out as well. Omega Yeast, another proud and loyal sponsor for years. It is the place to get your yeast. Right now, they are just heads and shoulders above, in my opinion, and the opinion of many others, on the Quebec strains of yeast. They've been doing a phenomenal job. They were probably way far out ahead than anybody else when they developed out their hothead. Their hothead came onto the market, and that was really their, to my knowledge, that was their first warm fermenting yeast, before they really got into the Quebec yeast. So shout out to Omega Yeast as well. And then we also have Kemphos 2001. This is a sanitizer cleaner that works phenomenally. You can actually tell when your stuff's starting to go bad. It has a pink color to it. If that color starts to go away, then you know it's time to mix up a new one. But as long as it's got that pink color, that pink hue to it, keep on using it. Kemphos 2001. Check them out. So those were our sponsors for this year, along with Brewbag, who was our silver sponsor. Brewbag makes phenomenal products. I tell you, I've been working with Brewbag for years, and they've actually sent me a bag. They sent me repair kits for bags. I put their bags through the test. We actually used one of their bags, a malting bag for brewing beer, to press cider. It wasn't designed to press cider, and guess what? It worked. They make bags for every type of brewing system you have out there. Check their videos out. There's some of the best informative videos out there as far as brewing the bag brewing. So check out the Brew Bag. So those are our sponsors for 2019. They've been great sponsors. We're glad to have them aboard. Most of these sponsors, if not all of them, have been repeat sponsors year after year. So please, please, go to their websites and get stuff from them. They're fantastic. So, let's move on, shall we? I've been putting out little, teasers and whatnot all day, because I had a couple slackers. You know who you are. That's okay. We gave you till today. And you know what? You guys all got them in on time. So, shout out to all of those that have participated in keeping the challenge going. We have been able to hit our timelines spot on throughout this entire challenge. It's been fantastic. You guys have been doing a great job of getting your beers out, getting them back. Our hub coordinators have been working, behind the scenes, doing their parts. I want to get a big, huge shout out to Matt Morris for being the other hub. So we had 2 hubs going into round 2. I took care of one of them, and Matt took care of the other. So we call them Hub 1 and Hub 2, round 2. So, let's move forward. So, in these hubs, we had a mixture of all-stars. Okay? Each hub had 3 all-stars, total of 6 altogether. So, what that means is, these were brewers that in past Sjporr Challenge competitions, they were winners of hubs, or actually these were all people that had made it through to the finals. Well, they were given a bye round. from the first round. And what that did was that allowed new homebrewers to come in and, brew their beers or whatever, to get up into the other hubs without having to compete against those all-stars. Those all-stars have actually earned their right to get a bye week. It's just like a playoff system, like we do in football, wrestling and stuff like that. You get a bye week. So we had 3 all-stars in each hub. And then what we did was we took the top 3 from the other hubs. We had 4 hubs in round 1. We took the top 3s from each of those hubs. We created 2 hubs that consisted of a mixture of the 4 first round hubs and the all-stars. Now, there was really not much of a rhyme or reason as to how I moved these guys around, but it worked out pretty well. I wanted to make sure that people in this next round had an opportunity to taste newer beers that they didn't taste before, because one of the many differences that we did this year was we actually changed it up to where you're scoring the beer every round. In years past, your score might carry over into the next round, and then you would score. Nope, this time you actually might score that beer twice. That's the way it worked out, and I think that was a great twist on this year's challenge. One of the other changes that we did was we are changing our ID numbers per round. That way we're able to announce the person by name that wins. Because years past, all we did would give the ID number, and we wouldn't really announce the winner until we got to the very end. Well, now we know who those winners are as they progress through the challenge, which makes it better for you, the home brewer, and the participant in the challenge. Very cool. Very cool. So let's get into a little bit of some facts into this year's challenge. In hub number 1, there was only, on the average, when I averaged out the scores, there was only 0.5 of a point that separated first from 4th place on their average score, which turned out to be a total of only 4 points difference from the first place to the 4th place beer. Now we're taking the top 3 that move through in each hub. So we're going to take the top 3 of hub number 1, they go to the finals. The top 3 of hub number 2, they go to the finals. But you 4th place people, hold on to your beers, because if something has happened with any of those in the top 3 above, then you're taking their place. You are the alternative brewer. So hold on to your beers. If you are the 4th place person, you're an important player in this challenge as we move forward. So one of the other cool little factoids on this is the top 6 of how did I rate this? The top 6 are made up of 4 first round hubs. Oh, okay. So the top 6, the top 3 of each. So your 6 beers. We actually have brewers moving through from every hub, as well as all-stars. So it worked out exactly the way we had hoped it would. Some of these new brewers came in, and I tell you, you made it tough on the all-stars. And I think they realized that when they were getting into it, or maybe some of them took it for granted that they got that bye week. The numbers will tell, won't it? Over on hub number 2, which was my hub. First, another thing, I want to get back to, I don't know if I gave him proper props or not, but Matt Morris, Wrecked Brewer. He was the other hub coordinator. Dude, you did a phenomenal job. I can't thank you enough. This man, we very organized. We worked well together. He and I were talking last night. We talked the night before on how we're going to work this all out. His hub actually got all their numbers and stuff in before my hub did. So he did a great job on staying on top and organizing that. So, dude, huge shout out to you. Great job. If you don't know who he is, go to his YouTube channel and check his stuff out. He puts out great content. He's a great dude. It's Matt Murray, and it's Wreck Brewery. So, over on Hub 1, which was mine. I'm going to put a little 1 here so that I don't mess that up. Or Hub 2, I'm sorry. I'm Hub 2. Matt was Hub 1. Had them backwards there for a second. Now, the difference between these hubs were, there was actually an average score difference between first and fourth of 4.75 points. So, there's a pretty big difference. It went from 0.5 in one hub to 4.75 in the other hub. When you did the total scores, separating first from fourth, you had a 38-point separation from first to fourth. So, that tells you a couple things. These beers were tough to judge. And it's all up in the air as we move forward. One of the other neat little factoids is there's only one All-Star moving through into the finals. Only one All-Star moves through to the finals. I was absolutely shocked to see that. But not really all that surprised, because I tasted the beers in the first round. I was not an All-Star. I was in the first round. I have not made it to the finals in the Sjporr Challenge yet. My time's coming. So I tasted those first round beers. They were freaking good. Some of you All-Stars might have taken yourselves for granted for only one of you moving through. Shall we get into it? I think we shall. We'll start off with hub number 2. This was my hub. In 9th place, our very first All-Star, with a total score of 138, Larry Lentz. In 8th place, originally from Hub 1, with a total score of 173, Sjporr. In 7th place, originally from Hub number 2, with a total score of 204, Brian McCrickard. In 6th place, originally from Hub number 3, with a total score of 206, Dennis Pine. In 5th place, with a total score of 212, originally, an All-Star, Nate Pico. In 4th place, with a total score of 217, this is our first alternative, originally from Hub number 3, Jesse Kilgore. So you want to make sure you hang on to your beer, because we don't know if something happens in the top 3, you would be taking one of their places. So hang on to your beer. You're still there. So let's move over to hub number 1. Hub coordinator, Matt Morris. In 9th place, with a total score of 171, also an All-Star, Jason Walther. In 8th place, with a total score of 201, originally out of hub number 4, Shane Sanson. In 7th place, originally from hub number 2, with a total score of 219, Andy Natwick. In 6th place, with a total score of 220, Originally from hub number 1, Jeremy Martin. In 5th place, with a total score of 231, another one of our All-Stars, Kevin Clements. And in 4th place, with a total score of 241, another All-Star, Andrew Cooper. Now, Andrew, you need to make sure that you hang on to your beers, because you may be the alternative moving through. You never know. If something happens, we need to make sure you're there and you're ready to pick up that torch and move forward. Nothing like going back and forth between 17% Vikings blood and 11% Mayan stout. Okay. So, for our top 3s in each hub, we're going to start back off over on hub number 2, my hub. Our first person moving through, 3rd place with a total score of 242 with an average score of 30.25. Originally out of hub number 4, Wally Feck. You are moving through to the finals of the 2019 Sjporr Challenge. 2nd place out of hub number 2, my hub, with a total score of 245, averaged out at 30.63, is our only All-Star moving through, Josh Hoover. 2nd place. Congratulations, Josh. You're moving through to the finals. And in 1st place out of hub number 2, originally from hub number 2, round 1, with a total score of 255 and an average of 31.88, is Mike Dean. Congratulations, sir. You won round 2 of the 2019 Sjporr Challenge. You're moving through to the finals. Congratulations. Great job, Mike. Great job. Mike, Josh, Wally, fantastic job. You guys are moving through. Mike Dean, Josh Hoover, and Wally Feck. Okay. Over to hub number 1. This was hub coordinator, Matt Morris. 3rd place with a total score of 242, average 30.25, originally out of hub number 4, James Herbertson. You're moving through to the finals of the Sjporr Challenge 2019 Brewmania. 2nd place with the total score of 243 with an average of 30.38, Jeff Neville. You're also moving through, originally out of hub number 3. And the winner, if you've been paying attention, you haven't heard your name called, you already know that you have won hub 1, Matt Morris's hub. And that is with a total score of 245, an average score of 30.63. Ryan Rashawn, you too are moving through to the finals of the Sjporr Challenge. Now, as I'm looking at these, the top 3, 3rd place in both hubs, had the exact same average and total score of 242 and 30.25. 2nd place, it separates just slightly by about 0.3 of a point. 1st place, again, is less than a full point between the 2 hubs. This is going to be a tight race, folks. These top beers, 245, 243, 242, 255, 245, 242. Yeah, this is going to be a tight race going into the finals. I think these guys are going to be looking forward to tasting these beers as well. Again, you're going to be judging these beers. If you've had a beer, you're going to judge it again. They get judged every round. Wow. This is really cool. Outstanding. Congratulations again to Mike Dean, Josh Hoover, Wally Feck, Ryan Rashawn, Jeff Neville, and James Herbertson. You are our top 6 moving through to the finals of the 2019 Sjporr Challenge. One of you 6 is going to be the best homebrewer in the United States. Who else is going to be able to carry that crown? Huh? Judged by homebrewers, your peers. It's the only one of its kind, folks. Stay tuned. Let's see what we have next. This is Sjporr, Little Face Brewing. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, folks. Brew beer or mead, wine, whatever. Cheers.